We have some fresh watches in the office, and I've picked a few that I think deserve your attention. This week, I'm going to start with a watch that's been getting a lot of attention and making a lot of headlines, and that is the Pepsi. The Rolex GMT-Master 2, latest generation, reference 126710, BLRO. And the thing about this watch is, every single year it's been released, people have been speculating about when it's going to get discontinued. Now, most years, I would say it's mainly hype, but this year there seems to be a little bit more of an added credibility to these rumors. Apparently, ADs have stopped taking orders for this latest generation GMT-Master 2. So it begs the question, is this watch going to be discontinued, and what's going to come after it? Some people say there's going to be a new reference. Some people say that Pepsi will be no longer. For me, one thing it does show about this model is that it's so well loved and so popular that people have gone to the point of talking about how long it's even going to be in production. And that's because it is ultimately one of the most iconic Rolexes of all time. No one can deny that. It's been around since 1953. It's got the instantly recognizable red and blue bezel, and it's just the perfect all-rounder. It's dressy, it's sporty, it's waterproof, it's versatile, and of course it has that dual time functionality. Rolex currently offer this watch on both Jubilee and Oyster. For me personally, I like the Jubilee on the latest generation GMT-Master 2. Let us know in the comments what you prefer. Now, staying on sports watches and dual time, but something that definitely has been discontinued, this is the Patek Philippe Aquanaut reference 5164 travel time. This is, for me, probably my favorite modern Patek Philippe. And the reason is, I personally love the combination of a go anywhere, do anything sports watch with dual time capability. There's just something really appealing about that combination. This watch, of course, has been discontinued in 2024, I believe. It was launched in 2011, and I think it brought a really great addition to the Aquanaut line. As I said before, it gives you dual time functionality, which means it ultimately is the watch you can strap on, take anywhere, cross time zones, and you've always got that reference of home time. The other thing I think is really cool about the design of this watch, it's incorporated these hour jump pushes on the side of the case, which actually really complement the shape. So if we look at the 3 o'clock side, we've got a crown guard. On the 9 o'clock side, we've got those integrated pushes, which fits really seamlessly with the design of the Aquanaut case. Ultimately, the Aquanaut used to live in the shadows of its sister or brother watch, the Nautilus, and now it's truly become a legend in its own right. Now, speaking of sports watches with complications, next I'm going to talk about the RM1102. I think mostly this watch speaks for itself. We're talking about an incredibly thick watch with a yellow rubber strap with a skeletonized dial, which is so distinctively RM. It's really become an ultimately recognizable watch, and I think the RM11, almost more than any other reference in their catalog, and is like a foundation reference. It's so recognizable. Now, this version of the RM11 came out in 2014 and followed on from the 2011 RM1101. The main difference between the two is, on this particular reference, we have a dual time function, which can be operated using the pusher at 9 o'clock. So you can see there, as you move time zones, that second time zone can be viewed. And in addition, this watch carries a lot of other complications too. We've got an annual calendar with a date and month indicator, and also a flyback chronograph. This is really an impressive RM. It's very technical, it's full of complications, and of course, it has that aesthetic that is definitely going to draw plenty of attention. Now I'm going to move on to something a little bit more dressy, but to me, this is one of the most underrated Rolexes. Now I've heard a lot of people talking recently about when's Rolex going to release something eccentric, something fun, something with a different case shape. Well, they did. In 2005, they released this Cellini Prince, and it was in production for 10 years, ultimately wasn't very popular, but I think there's something really special about this reference. I think a lot of people find it difficult to get excited about Rolexes that aren't oyster case. Like, that is the lane that Rolex play in, and I think the Cellini line has always had an uphill battle trying to gain the affection of collectors, to the point where they even discontinued the Cellini line a few years back and reintroduced a Rolex dress watch under the 1908 model line. But coming back to this particular reference, I think it's a really cool design. It's Art Deco inspired, it's a rectangular case, and you can see there that the hours and minutes are separated from the running seconds in two separate sectors. On the wrist, the watch also wears really nicely. You can see there the dimensions are perfect, versatile. That would essentially fit any wrist, and it's a perfect watch for any situation. But as cool as this watch is aesthetically, it also has another trick up its sleeve. If you flip this watch over, you can see that this watch has a sapphire case back. Now, for most brands, people wouldn't even flinch when you mention the fact that the watch has a sapphire case back. It's become like an industry standard. But Rolex has been really late to the game with this. And this particular reference is actually the first serial production model ever from Rolex to have a sapphire case back. And now we're starting to see Rolex roll that out more frequently on models like the Land Dweller and some of the new Daytona references. I think that's a really nice touch on this watch. And of course, it's really well finished, as you'd expect from Rolex, and also it's a manual wine caliber. This watch, I think, deserves way more attention than it gets. Now, speaking of another watch that I think deserves more attention, we have here a Speedmaster 57. Now, I think the problem with the Speedmaster is there's just simply so many models to choose from. There's literally hundreds of Speedmasters in the Omega catalog. And I think the Speedmaster 57 is one of those lines that people tend to forget about. Obviously, the Moon watch is very well known. People like to talk about the Moon watch and the different variations, but the 57, it kind of sits in the background, and I don't think it gets enough attention. This model line is actually inspired by the original Speedmaster, hence the 57 name from that year. And it's a lovely design. It's got a stainless steel brushed bezel. You've got twin registers. This particular variant has a really nice sunburst green dial. And in the back, we've got a lovely manually wound movement. That's a master chronometer, coaxial escapement. Basically, Omega's finest attributes in a movement presented here. And I think it's also nice that Omega chose to put a manual wind movement in this watch as well. It's kind of a tribute to the original Speedmaster from 1957. And finally, something that just arrived. This is something extra special. We've got here a very rare AP Royal Oak Perpetual skeleton reference. Now, AP, as we know with the Royal Oak, was originally designed to be a simple stainless steel sports watch with a date. And over the years, AP has refined the Royal Oak. They've introduced new complications, different metals, and this one is extra special. So in 1983, AP introduced the Perpetual calendar into the Royal Oak. And then a few years later, we got the skeletonized version. Now within that, there was several variants, including this. This piece here is made in rose gold and platinum. It's just the coolest combination. I think it's something that you never see. And I also think that two-tone Royal Oaks really accentuate the design aspects of this model. Now on the back, you can see this watch is individually numbered, 25 pieces in total. I mean, this is about as rare as it gets with AP. But looking at the AP official records, one of those watches was actually not produced. So this watch is one of just 24 ever produced. It's the ultimate in Royal Oak. And obviously on the front, we've got the skeletonized version of the movement, which looks amazing. But then on the back, we've got a sapphire case back, and you can see some really intricate finishing on the bridges and the winding rotor. All around, this is an incredibly special AP Royal Oak, and we're super happy to have it on the platform. So there you have it, 6 very different watches, rare AP Royal Oaks, all the way through to travel times, GMT-Master 2s, and something very punchy from RM. All these watches are on the site right now. Jump on to Watch Collecting to check them out now.